In this unit, we are going to talk about the importance of applying word styles to your content before you create snippets and how word styles behave when you're reusing snippets across your documents and templates across your company. So a word style, by definition, allows you to identify how content should look. So the basic look and feel, positioning of your content within your Word documents. So for more information about how to work with word styles, applying word styles, creating them, there are other resources available within the training environment. And you're welcome to explore our information that's available, as well as talk with our team for some deeper training on that. But essentially, we're just going to go over what a word style is and how snippets behave when word styles are applied. So we have a couple of snippets in this sample document here. If I put my cursor into this particular snippet, there's a little heading here. So let's move over to our Home tab in Word. We can see that this is a heading 2 word style. It's named heading 2. The style definition includes that it is a 16-point font. It is left justified. There is an underline underneath the heading 2 content. The rest of the content is also styled. This is a strong style. We have body text, and this is a list style. So if we go into this heading 2 style, we can see that style definition. So style definition is just simply the look and feel of the content when used in a document. So when you are creating snippets, you want to avoid using these buttons up here, these kind of direct formatting buttons, because then Word will have to make some decisions about what you want your content to look like when it gets inserted into other places. You know that is how it works. If you've copied and pasted content that have used these buttons, it doesn't always behave the same way as it did in the where you're pasting it from where you copied it. So you don't want any guessing going on. You want it to always look the way that it's supposed to look and always look the same, unless you have your styles defined differently in different types of documents. So for example, if you have some documents where you have this heading 2 style, but in other documents, heading 2 looks a little differently, purposefully, you want to make sure that your reusable snippets are going to reflect the style definition of the target document. So when you create a snippet, it will hold on to both the styles that are applied to the content as well as their current style definitions. So if you were to insert the snippet into a document where there were no styles defined, it will look like this. But if you insert the snippet into a document where it does have these styles, but they're defined differently, it'll take on that look and feel. So let's kind of look at what that means. So this content is not a snippet yet. So let's go ahead and create a snippet out of this. And for units on how to create snippets, please advance to those units. I'm not going to instructionally go over how to do it. I'm just going to do it here for us today. So I'm going to create a new snippet. And we're going to give it a name. These are staff profiles of our fictitious training company. And I will choose, or I'll write in the snippet name, I will choose that this is a staff profile for the metadata and create it. So now SmartDocs is creating our snippet. As I said, it has these styles applied to the content already, and it also is saving the style names plus their definitions. So now, if we insert this snippet, which is now available for use already in our repository, if we insert this snippet into a document where that heading 2 style, for example, is defined differently, it will take on the look and feel of that target document. Now let's take a look at an example of that. So now we're going to look at this document where it's a completely different type of document. Styles are defined differently. So if I go into the Home tab here, you can already see that this heading 2 style, so it's important to have styles named the same so that Word and SmartDocs both know what to do with style definitions when content is being reused in different ways across documents. So here we can already see that it's different. So if we go ahead and go into our SmartDocs tab, we're going to open our task pane. Let's go ahead and browse for this particular set of snippets of staff profiles. Here's the brand new snippet we just created. So let's go ahead and insert it into the document, and you will see that now the style definitions have been applied to the styles that the snippet was originally created with. And in this case, we can see that this heading 2 style is an 18-point font. It's right justified. There's no underline. It's a lighter blue color. So this is simply to illustrate the importance of using word styles consistently in general in your documents and templates. It's really important. It's even more important in the context of snippets because it's so much more beneficial to be able to rely on the snippet taking on the style definitions of whatever target document you are using. If you need to lock those down in the sense of you have applied styles to snippets and you want them to always look that way, no matter where they're inserted, there are ways to do that as well. Again, I encourage you to explore the resources that are available for working with word styles specifically, and how to do that. And if you have questions about locking down styles and things like that, absolutely feel free to ask us questions of our team as well. But in most cases, your documents and templates will have those style definitions the way that you want them, and your snippet content will take on the look and feel when they are used across your documents. So really important to apply word styles to your content before you create the snippets, so that they will behave and always look the way that you want them to look.